The galaxies celebrated. Fireworks lit alien skies. Vast ships decorated with glowing banners drifted above dozens of worlds. Leaders from every species smiled and shook hands, claws, and tendrils. For the first time in centuries, they said, the war was over. The Grand Peace Treaty had been signed. The galaxy would finally rest. But in hidden chambers on Earth, human generals sat in silence. Their eyes were cold, their voices low. "This peace is a trap," whispered General Armin, tapping the treaty paper with his gloved finger. It came too quickly. Too easily. And when something is too easy in politics, it's never real. Other generals nodded. They had fought too many battles to believe in smiles. On the surface, Earth's citizens cheered. People danced in the streets, finally free from fear of invasion. Children waved flags, soldiers marched in parades, and diplomats toasted their alien guests. But under the noise of joy, in military bunkers and shadowy intelligence offices, humans prepared for something darker. At first, the signs were small. Alien ships stayed longer than they should near human colonies. Officially, they were patrolling trade routes, but the scanners showed them circling near orbital defenses, mapping everything. Alien trade envoys arrived with gifts, strange crystals, advanced medicines, exotic foods. But hidden in every gift were questions. They asked about human factories, about energy supplies, about communication networks. Always smiling, always polite, but their eyes lingered too long. Human officers noticed. Reports came in daily. Alien transport spent 3 extra days near Titan Colony. Envoys requested schematics of our energy grid. Several human workers went missing after visiting alien trade ships. Individually, the reports seemed harmless. Together, they painted a picture. The peace treaty was not the end. It was the beginning of something else. A secret meeting was called in an underground base below the Rocky Mountains. Only the most trusted generals, scientists, and spies were allowed inside. The room was dark, the air heavy. A giant screen displayed intercepted transmissions. Alien words scrolled across, translated by human AI. Phrases jumped out. The humans believe. Phase 2 almost ready. Begin soft control. The generals leaned forward. "This is proof," said General Armin. "They don't want peace. They want us to lower our guard. And once we do, they will strike." "But the Council believes the treaty is real," argued another officer. "If we move too soon, we risk breaking it ourselves." Armin's voice was iron. "Then we don't move openly. We dig. We watch. We prepare." So humanity began a shadow war. Spies were sent into alien capitals, wearing smiles as diplomats, but carrying hidden devices to steal information. Colonies were told to increase defense drills, but in secret, under the disguise of training exercises. Engineers worked underground, creating weapons that were never mentioned in official records. And the people of Earth? They were kept in the dark. The leaders did not want panic. They wanted the aliens to believe humanity was naive, relaxed, and blind. But the aliens were not subtle either. On the mining colony of Vera 9, strange envoys arrived. Their robes shimmered like oil, their voices sweet and persuasive. They offered new machines, faster than anything humans had built. They said, "This is a gift for peace. It will make your colony prosper." The human governor smiled politely, but inside, his stomach twisted. He had already been warned by Earth Command. He knew what to do. So the machines were accepted with thanks, but at night, engineers carefully dismantled one in secret. Inside, they found something disturbing, a hidden transmitter sending data back to alien fleets. It had been disguised as part of the cooling system. The report reached Earth within hours. The evidence was undeniable. The peace treaty was nothing but a mask. Still, humanity played the game. At the next council meeting on the neutral station of Velar Prime, alien leaders laughed and raised their glasses. "To peace with Earth," they shouted, while their eyes flickered with amusement, as if they knew more than they admitted. The human ambassador smiled back, raising his own glass. "To peace," he said aloud, though his mind whispered something else. "To the war you don't know we're preparing. Weeks passed. The galaxies still believed in peace. News networks broadcast images of aliens and humans shaking hands. Trade boomed. Travel increased. But behind the curtains, spies uncovered more disturbing truths. Alien messages spoke of human colonies as future holdings. They listed Earth's oceans as resource banks. They wrote about humans not as allies, but as subjects. Every document confirmed the general's fears. Humanity was being softened, disarmed with smiles, distracted with gifts, surrounded with ships. The trap was closing slowly, carefully, like the jaws of a predator. General Armin stood before the War Council one last time in Part 1's closing scene. The room was filled with shadows, only the blue glow of screens lighting their faces. "We cannot announce this yet," he said firmly. "If we tell the people, they will panic. If we accuse the aliens now, the galaxy will turn against us. They control the media, the markets, the treaties." A young officer asked, "Then what do we do?" Armin's eyes narrowed. "We do what humans always do. We survive. We prepare. And when the trap closes, we will spring our own." The room fell into silence. Only the hum of machines filled the air. Above Earth, alien ships drifted peacefully, their banners glowing. On the surface, humans danced and sang. The galaxy thought peace had won. But deep inside, where no one could see, the seeds of a greater war were already being planted. And humanity would not be the prey. The stars looked calm. The galaxy looked peaceful. But something dark was moving beneath the surface. A small human cargo ship, Horizon Dawn, left the Mars trade station one cold morning. Its mission was simple: deliver food and supplies to a human colony on the edge of known space. The crew was relaxed. They laughed. They trusted the new peace. But they never made it. 3 days later, Horizon Dawn vanished. No distress signal. No debris. Just silence. The aliens said it was an accident. They blamed a meteor storm. They said, "It was a natural disaster. We are sorry for your loss." But Earth didn't believe them. Hours later, a secret message reached Earth Command. The black box of Horizon Dawn had been found. It had been recovered by a deep space probe. Damaged, yes, but not destroyed. And when engineers opened it, the truth exploded like a thunderclap. Inside the recording, the final moments of the ship played out in crackling audio and grainy video. Unidentified vessels approaching. They're not responding to hails. Wait, those are alien warships. They're locking weapons. Then came a flash of light. And static. It wasn't a meteor storm. It was an ambush. The alien warships had fired on an unarmed human cargo vessel during peace. The room where the black box was played fell silent. No one spoke. Everyone understood what this meant. The treaty was a lie. The next day, the Human Council met in secret. The atmosphere was tense. The leaders sat in a circle. Some were angry. Some were afraid. One of them slammed a fist on the table. "They murdered our people." Another spoke softly. "We need proof. Public proof. If we go to war now, the galaxy will say we broke the treaty." General Armin stood up slowly. His voice was calm, but full of steel. "We won't go to war. Not yet. But we will prepare for it. Quietly." He pointed to the screen where the black box footage replayed. "They think we're fools. They think we won't fight back. Let's not show our teeth yet, but let's sharpen them." In the following weeks, more strange things happened. Alien envoys continued to visit human colonies. They came with smiles and gifts, just like before. They spoke of friendship, of progress, of a better future. But now, humans looked at them with suspicion. In one colony, a smiling alien offered free security drones. He said, "They will keep your people safe." But when human engineers opened one of the drones, they found hidden sensors. It wasn't there to protect. It was there to spy. Another envoy arrived on a different colony and said, "We can help improve your water systems." But when human scientists studied the gift, they found it was designed to slowly release a chemical, harmless to aliens, but dangerous for human biology. It was slow. It was quiet. It was hidden. But it was war. Not open war, not guns and bombs, but a shadow war. On Earth, the spy network went into overdrive. Agents were sent to alien cities, wearing false names and friendly faces. They attended diplomatic meetings, smiled at alien leaders, and nodded during speeches. But behind their eyes, they were gathering data. Listening, watching, recording. A human spy named Kale managed to infiltrate a communication hub on the alien capital world of Zyril. He planted a small device in their data center, no bigger than a nail. It began transmitting secret files to Earth. And what it found was shocking. A document labeled Project Peacefall. It contained full plans for the alien strategy. First, create a fake peace. Second, slowly remove human defenses through treaties and trade. Third, embed surveillance in every colony. And finally, when humans were weak enough, attack with full force. The humans were never meant to survive. The aliens didn't want a war. They wanted a clean takeover. Back on Earth, General Armin looked at the intercepted file in silence.
"This is it," he said.
This is what they've been planning since the beginning. One of his officers asked, "Should we tell the people?" Armin shook his head.
"No, not yet.
If we speak too early, we'll be called liars. The galaxy will protect the aliens. We need to wait. We need to gather more. And we need to prepare our own counter-strategy." He turned to the screen again, ice cold. They think they are clever. They think we're weak. Let them keep thinking that. Meanwhile, in the outer colonies, human governors started preparing in secret. They doubled security. They trained civilians quietly. They hid weapons in abandoned buildings. They built bunkers underground, saying they were storage facilities. The alien visitors didn't suspect a thing. They still believed humans were relaxed, unaware. But the truth was different. Humans were watching. Humans were waiting. And humans were readying themselves. At the end of the episode, we're turned to the Alien High Council. They are celebrating again. One alien leader, with a smooth silver face and long glowing eyes, laughed as he sipped from a crystal glass. "Humans are so easy," he said. "Give them gifts and they trust. Tell them lies and they nod. Soon, Earth will be ours without a single warship fired." Another alien smirked. They don't even know what's coming. But far away, on a dark human ship drifting silently through space, a voice spoke through a secure channel. "They think we don't know, but we do. And when they move, we will be ready." The signal cut off. Silence filled the void. Peace still danced across the galaxy. But in the shadows, the real war had already begun. The galaxy thought peace was safe. Humans traded. Aliens smiled. Colonies prospered. But under the calm surface, a storm was gathering. It began on the night of the Peace Festival. On Earth, cities were glowing with lights. People filled the streets, waving banners of unity. Music thundered, fireworks painted the skies, and voices shouted, "The war is truly over." But inside the military command center, the mood was very different. The scanners were alive. Red dots appeared on the screens, dozens, then hundreds. Cloaked alien ships were moving into position above human colonies. They were slow, careful, silent. If not for Earth's hidden deep space scanners, no one would have seen them. General Armin stared at the data. His jaw tightened. "They've surrounded us," he said quietly. The aliens, of course, denied everything. When the human ambassador confronted them during the festival, the alien envoy simply smiled, his long silver eyes glowing softly. "You humans are too suspicious," the envoy said. "These ships are just passing through. They mean no harm." But the scans told a different story. The ships weren't passing. They were circling, like predators waiting for the right moment to strike. And worse, several human colonies had stopped sending regular reports. Entire towns had gone silent. In the colony of Nevera Prime, families gathered in the streets to watch the peace fireworks on giant screens. Children cheered as human and alien leaders shook hands on the broadcast. But far above their planet, in the black void of space, a cloaked alien cruiser released dozens of small pods. They fell silently into the atmosphere, glowing faintly. No one noticed them. Hours later, People began disappearing. First a miner, then a group of workers, then an entire transport shuttle. The aliens said nothing. The official record called it missing persons. But the truth was darker. Humans were being taken. On Earth, secret messages arrived from spies hidden in alien capitals. One report shook the War Council. Aliens call it the Silent Harvest. They are already collecting humans. They take them alive. The colonies are test grounds. More to follow soon. The council chamber filled with whispers. Why take humans alive? What was the purpose? The answer remained hidden, locked behind alien codes. But one thing was clear: the betrayal was no longer a theory. It was happening. General Armin gathered his closest advisors in a locked chamber. The aliens have played their hand, he said. The Peace Festival was a mask. While the galaxy celebrated, they moved their fleets. While we danced, they harvested our people. A young officer clenched his fists. Then let's strike first. Armin shook his head.
No.
If we fire now, the galaxy will call us the betrayers. Every alien race that trusted the treaty will unite against humanity. We would be crushed. So what do we do? Another asked. Armin's eyes narrowed. We wait. We gather evidence. We prepare our weapons. And when they finally move openly, when the mask drops, then we strike. But waiting wasn't easy. The missing colonies grew in number. Reports came in every week. Outposts silent, ships vanishing, families gone. The media still told the people everything was fine. On the surface, life looked normal. But those who worked in the military, those who read the hidden reports, knew the truth. The peace treaty was dead. The only question was when the galaxy would realize it. Meanwhile, the aliens grew bolder. On the colony of Haven Reach, alien inspectors arrived, claiming they were checking food safety. They toured every factory, every storage unit, smiling, nodding, praising. But human spies secretly recorded them planting strange devices in water pipes and storage tanks. When the devices were studied later, scientists discovered they weren't for inspection at all. They were slow-release poisons, subtle, invisible, designed to weaken human bodies over months. It wasn't just conquest. It was extermination. Back on Earth, the intelligence network finally cracked part of the alien code. The intercepted transmission read, Operation Peaceful. Step 3 complete. Human resistance levels dropping. Within 5 cycles, launch full assimilation. Assimilation. The word echoed in the chamber. They don't just want our territory, whispered an officer. They want us. Our species. Our minds. Our bodies. The room fell silent. General Armin stood tall. They think we are cornered. They think we are weak. But we are not the species they believe. He activated a hidden screen, showing secret footage, giant human warships rising slowly from the oceans, massive cannons hidden beneath the waves. Weapons built in secret, away from alien eyes. They want a silent betrayal, he said. Then we will give them a silent answer. When the time comes, humanity will not bow. We will break them. That night, while the rest of the galaxy still celebrated peace, human spies sent another message from the alien capital. This time, it wasn't a report. It was a warning. The High Command is preparing to send demands to Earth. They will give you a choice: surrender your fleets or face destruction. They believe you will submit. They believe fear will break you. The message ended with one final line. You must decide soon. Above Earth, cloaked alien ships drifted silently in orbit, their weapons hidden, their crews waiting. Below, billions of humans danced in the streets, believing the war was gone forever. But in the secret chambers of Earth's leaders, the truth was clear. The peace was broken. The betrayal was real. And the first real blow was coming. Humanity stood on the edge of war once again. Only this time, they were ready. The message came at midnight. Every major human colony received the same broadcast. The alien High Command appeared on every screen, their silver faces calm, their glowing eyes full of arrogance. The lead alien spoke slowly, every word sharp like a blade. Humans, the time of your independence is over. You will surrender your fleets and dismantle your defenses. Refuse, and we will end your world. The transmission ended. No negotiation. No compromise. Only domination. For a long moment, silence filled Earth's council chamber. The leaders stared at the blank screen. The truth was undeniable now. The peace treaty was dead. The betrayal was no longer hidden. General Armin broke the silence. His voice was steady, but the fire in his eyes burned. They think we are weak. They think we will bow. They think we have nothing. He turned to his officers. Then it is time we show them what we have kept hidden. The next day, as alien fleets tightened their grip around human colonies, Earth unleashed its secret. From the depths of the oceans, massive shadows began to rise. Entire continents watched in awe as the water split open and giant black warships surfaced, taller than skyscrapers, bristling with weapons. They had slept beneath the seas for years, built in silence, hidden from alien scanners. The alien fleets had counted Earth's visible ships. They had no idea these existed. But that wasn't all. Across the asteroid belt, chunks of rock suddenly came alive. Engines ignited, panels unfolded, and what looked like harmless mining stations revealed themselves as heavily armed fortresses. Even the moon lit up with secret defense cannons that no alien had ever seen before. The humans had been preparing from the very first day of peace. When the alien commanders saw this, they froze in disbelief. This is impossible," one of them whispered aboard his warship. They were supposed to be disarmed. The treaty. But the truth was in front of them. The humans had never trusted the treaty. They had smiled. They had shaken hands. They had raised glasses of wine. But all the while, they had been building, hiding, and waiting. The humans had been underestimated. And now, the trap had snapped shut, but not on humanity. General Armin stood before a vast hollow map of the galaxy. Blue lights showed human fleets moving into position. Red lights marked alien armadas, circling colonies. His officers waited for orders. Armin raised his hand. "Do not fire first. Let them believe we are still afraid. But the moment they strike, we hit back with everything." The room erupted with determination. Humanity would not be prey. Meanwhile, in the colony of Nevera Prime, the people were terrified. The alien fleet above them had activated weapons. The colony governor sent desperate messages to Earth. "We can't hold out. They will bombard us. Please help us." But Earth had already prepared an answer. From the shadows of an asteroid, a massive human warship appeared, the Titan's Fist. It was one of the secret fleet, armed with weapons no alien had ever seen. As the alien warships turned their cannons toward the colony, the Titan's Fist fired first. A single shot, bright as a star, tore through an alien cruiser and split it in half. The aliens froze. Their plan had always assumed humans were too weak to resist. They had never imagined resistance like this. The colony cheered as the alien fleet pulled back, shocked and scrambling. Across other colonies, similar scenes played out. Alien fleets attempted to intimidate. Human warships emerged from hiding. Secret defense grids lit up. Cannons hidden in communication towers unleashed deadly fire. Everywhere the aliens thought humans were vulnerable, they were met with iron and fire. The aliens had thought humanity was blind. Instead, humanity had been watching all along. Back in the alien high command, panic spread. Reports flooded in. Human colonies armed. Unknown fleets appearing. Losses heavier than expected. One commander slammed his claws against the table. "They tricked us. All this time, they tricked us." But their leader only hissed coldly. "Then we crushed them with full force. No more games. No more peace. War begins now." On Earth, General Armin watched the alien broadcasts with grim satisfaction. He turned to his officers. They wanted war. Now they will have it. But it will not be the war they expected. He pressed a command key, and new orders spread to every hidden fleet, every colony defense, every human soldier waiting in silence. The message was simple. Hold the line. Fight with everything. Humanity does not bow. That night, As alien armadas gathered for their final strike, humanity revealed one last secret. From deep space, near the edge of the solar system, a fleet of massive carriers emerged from dark matter fields. These weren't built on Earth. They weren't hidden in oceans or moons. They had been sent out decades earlier, disguised as exploration ships. Now they returned, fully armed. The galaxy had mocked humanity as weak. But the truth was now revealed. Humanity had been hiding a hand of steel. Above the peaceful glow of Earth, as fireworks from the festival finally faded, thousands of hidden weapons lit up the sky. The world had changed.
Peace was gone.
And the war humanity had prepared for was about to begin. The first shot came from the aliens. In orbit above the colony of Haven Reach, an alien dreadnought unleashed a beam of fire toward the surface. The ground shook, buildings exploded, and terrified civilians screamed. The aliens believed this would end the fight quickly. They believed humans would surrender. But they were wrong. The very moment the beam struck, the colony's sky lit up with a hidden defense grid. Towers disguised as communication relays unfolded into massive cannons. They fired back, lancing through the dreadnought's shields. The alien warship shuddered, then tore apart in a thunderous explosion. All across human space, the same thing happened. The peace ended in fire. The galaxy's greatest betrayal had finally turned into open war. On Earth, alarms screamed through the underground command center. Multiple alien fleets are attacking colonies. Civilian transports under fire. Losses reported in outer sectors. General Armin stood tall, his face carved in stone. Then it begins. Deploy every hidden fleet. This is the moment we prepared for. His officers saluted, voices steady. Yes, General. In orbit above Nevera Prime, the battle raged. Alien cruisers unleashed storm after storm of plasma fire, confident they would crush the human defenders. But when the smoke cleared, they found themselves facing something they had never expected. Human warships, massive, black, and armored, rose from the oceans below. Their cannons roared, unleashing tungsten slugs at near-light speed. The slugs tore through alien shields like paper. One alien commander screamed across the comms. This is impossible. Humans should not have weapons like this. But it was too late. Ship after ship burned in the void. In the asteroid belt, the aliens made their next move. They deployed swarms of fighters to break through human mining colonies. But the asteroids themselves came alive. Panels unfolded, revealing missile silos hidden inside the rock. Hundreds of rockets streaked out, weaving through space like a deadly storm. Alien fighters were torn apart before they could even reach their targets. What the aliens thought were mining stations were, in truth, military fortresses. On Earth, the people finally learned the truth. News broadcasts interrupted celebrations to show live footage of alien fleets attacking colonies. Panic spread at first, fear rising like fire. But then the screens changed. Images of human warships rising from the seas. Asteroids firing missiles. Alien fleets burning. The people stared in awe. Humanity was fighting back. And they were winning. Cheers erupted in the streets. The panic turned into pride. Children waved flags not of peace, but of defiance. Humanity was no longer the weak species others mocked. Humanity was strong. Humanity was dangerous. But the war was not easy. For every alien ship destroyed, another appeared. Their fleets were massive, their technology advanced. At the colony of Vera 9, the aliens managed to break through the first human defenses. Cities burned, and thousands fled underground bunkers. The human fleet there fought desperately. Ships exploded one after another, until only a few remained. The alien commander laughed. Your resistance is pathetic. You cannot win. But at that moment, a shadow fell across the battlefield. From hyperspace, a colossal human carrier emerged, one of the exploration ships that had been hidden decades ago. Its hangars opened. Hundreds of human fighters, sleek and fast, poured out like a swarm of hornets. They tore through alien formations, blasting cruisers apart. The tide turned in minutes. Vera 9 was saved. Back at Earth's War Council, General Armin watched the reports come in. Loss is heavy, one officer said. But we're holding. In some places, we're pushing them back. Another officer added, the aliens are confused, General. They didn't expect this. Their fleets are in chaos. Armin nodded slowly.
Good.
Let them feel confusion. Let them feel fear. He leaned forward, his eyes burning with determination. But this is only the beginning. They will send something bigger. Something worse. We must be ready. In the alien high command, panic mixed with rage. How can this be? One alien leader hissed. They were supposed to be weak. They were supposed to crumble. They lied to us. Another growled. They smiled, but they hid weapons in the dark. They are cunning. Dangerous. The High Commander's eyes glowed red. Then we end them. Send the Super Dreadnought. If humans want war, we will show them the true power of our empire. As the order spread, a shadow moved through deep space. A ship larger than anything humanity had ever seen. Its core pulsed with energy. Its cannons glowed with destructive fire. It was not just a warship, it was a weapon of annihilation. The alien Super Dreadnought was coming for Earth. Back in the command center, General Armin received the report. His face remained calm, but inside, he knew the truth. This will be their final move, he said. They believe one ship will break us. They believe fear will end us. But they are wrong. He turned to his officers. Prepare our strongest weapon. The one we swore never to use unless all else failed. The one we built for this very day. The room fell silent. Everyone knew what he meant. The ultimate weapon, hidden in the shadows, waiting for the moment when humanity's survival was on the line. The war had begun with betrayal, but it would end with fire. The sky above Earth turned black. It wasn't night. It wasn't a storm. It was the alien Super Dreadnought. The ship was so massive it blocked the stars. Its weapons glowed like suns, each capable of destroying an entire city in one strike. The ground shook as its presence entered orbit. For the first time, even Earth's generals felt silence. The aliens had played their final card. This ship will end your world. The alien commander's voice thundered across every human channel. This is the price for your defiance. Surrender, or be destroyed. The people of Earth trembled. Cities went dark, bunkers sealed, and millions prayed. But in the underground command center, General Armin stood firm. His voice was steady, calm, unshaken. Activate the weapon, he ordered. The room went silent. Everyone understood what that meant. The weapon built in secret, hidden even from most of Earth's allies. The weapon humans swore they would never use, unless there was no other choice. Now, there was no other choice. High above, the battle began. Human fleets swarmed the dreadnought, cannons blazing. Slugs and missiles tore into its shields, but the giant ship shrugged them off like rain. The Super Dreadnought answered. A single beam lanced out, slicing through a human battleship. The vessel exploded instantly, vanishing in fire. Another beam struck, vaporizing a whole squadron of fighters in one flash of light. Screams filled the comm channels. Shields collapsing. We can't hold. Too much firepower. One by one, human ships fell. The alien commander laughed, voice echoing like thunder. Your struggle is pointless. You are nothing before us. But then the stars shifted. From Earth's orbit, the clouds parted. Something rose from beneath the oceans, something vast, something terrifying. It was not a fleet.
It was not a battleship.
It was the weapon. A massive construct, larger than any human ship, black and silent. Its surface shimmered with strange energy, a weapon built not only by human hands but from technology salvaged from every war humanity had fought. The Leviathan. The room in command center whispered the name with both fear and reverence. General Armin's voice was hard. Target the Super Dreadnought. Fire on my mark. The alien commander's confidence cracked for the first time. What is this? What have you built? Armin replied, his voice calm but cold.
The reason we survived.
The reason peace was always a trap for you, not for us. The Leviathan's core began to glow, building energy far beyond anything the aliens had ever seen. The dreadnought shifted its weapons, charging to strike first. The two giants faced each other, silence falling across the battlefield. Then, "Mark," Armin commanded. The Leviathan fired. The beam it unleashed was unlike anything in the galaxy. Pure energy, compressed and unleashed in a single devastating strike. It cut through the dreadnought's shields as if they didn't exist. The alien ship shook, armor melting, weapons falling dark. The dreadnought fired back, its own superbeam lashing across space. The Leviathan shuddered under the hit. Alarms blared. Parts of its hull peeled away. But still, it held. Again, the Leviathan fired. Again, the super dreadnought screamed. The two titans tore into each other, fire and light filling the heavens. On Earth, people watched from bunkers and cities, staring at the sky. Children whispered, "Is that our ship?" Parents held each other tight. Everyone knew, if the Leviathan failed, humanity would fall. But the Leviathan did not fail. Its third strike pierced straight into the heart of the super dreadnought. For a moment, the alien giant hung in space, glowing with fire. Then it split apart, shattering in a blinding explosion that lit the skies of Earth. The sound rolled like thunder across the world. The dreadnought was gone. Cheers erupted across Earth. Fleets that were seconds away from being destroyed shouted in victory. Colonists cried in relief. The impossible had happened. Humanity had defeated the Empire's strongest weapon. But the Leviathan floated broken, its hull cracked, its core fading. General Armin stood silently, watching. "Report," he ordered softly. "Severe damage, sir. The Leviathan, it may not survive another battle." Armin closed his eyes for a moment. Then he spoke. "It doesn't need to. We only needed one victory. The galaxy has seen enough." In the alien high command, chaos erupted. "The dreadnought is destroyed." "Impossible. This cannot." The high commander's voice silenced them all. They were clever. Too clever. "We thought peace would chain them, but it only gave them time to sharpen their knives. This war is no longer ours to win." For the first time, the aliens felt what humans had always known. Fear. Weeks later, peace returned, but not the false peace the aliens had offered. This time, the treaty was signed under different stars. The alien envoys did not smile. They bowed. They signed because they had no choice. Humanity had proven itself not weak, not naive, but strong beyond measure. On Earth's streets, people celebrated not with blind joy, but with pride. They had fought, they had bled, and they had endured. And deep in the ocean, the Leviathan rested, scarred but remembered. A weapon built not for conquest, but for survival. A warning to the galaxy. Do not mistake humanity's kindness for weakness. Because when peace is turned into a weapon, humans know how to fight back.